Shifting gears now and more local coverage, we are happy to welcome Rhode Island Senator Sheldon Whitehouse in studio this morning to talk about a bunch of different topics. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
All right, first off, let's talk about perhaps the most current topic that you were involved in last week as we had the significant movement there on Capitol Hill with the gun control debate. You, of course, supporting your House colleagues as they staged that sit-in last week. What do you anticipate now moving forward with this gun control legislation?
It appears that there's a bipartisan piece of legislation that will move forward. The Republicans in the Senate moved to table it, to knock it out, and it survived the tabling motion very strongly. I think between the filibuster that the Senate did and what we're calling the sit-a-buster that the House did, we've really put a fair amount of pressure on the Republican leadership on both sides to agree, look, you've got to do something. And I'll be the first to concede that what gets done is probably not going to be much. But if you've looked at that impenetrable wall of we refuse to do anything for years and years and years, this is an important, although small, breakthrough.
For gun rights activists, certainly not everyone out there supports gun control, but for those who support gun rights, do you see that there's any wiggle room at all? You talk about an impenetrable wall. What is going to be the point that you would see some movement that would be satisfactory for those who do support gun protection, I should say?
It depends what you're looking at. If you're looking at things like making sure that people who have been adjudicated insane or have felony records actually can't get a firearm, that there aren't loopholes around the registration, or that somebody who's on the terrorist watch list and can't fly because they're too dangerous ought to be able to go in and get guns. You look at questions like that and you see members of the NRA approving of those measures 70 to 80%. And of course, regular Americans approve 80 to 90%. So we're dealing in areas in which gun owners actually approve by very strong numbers of what we're doing. It's just been the really tough approach of the NRA, which is take no prisoners and allow no victories to the other side. And so, again, in that context, even a little victory is significant, and we hope that we can continue. And
we'll, of course, follow the progress as well. Before we let you go, another big issue for you, climate change. What are you working on specifically in that area right now?
Well, working on a mechanism that would require polluters to pay a little bit of the price of their pollution and use that money to help college students and people who have big student loan debt pay down their loans. That, we think, would be a good win-win for the economy.
Specifically, what are we talking about in terms of fines, et cetera? How do you get this money?
You put a price on polluting. You say every ton of carbon dioxide you emit, we're going to charge you what the social cost of that carbon is, and you put that in a fund and you use that to help other people. And what we're writing on right now is trying to figure out how to make students paying down their student loans get some benefit from that.
All right. Senator Whitehouse, so much to talk about. We wish we had more time with you because there's so many things we can run through. Absolutely. I'm sure you'll be joining us again soon. Thank you again for everything. And if you'd like to see the interview in its entirety, we'll be posting it at WPRI.com.